All right, everyone ready for a deep dive? Let's do it. Today we're looking at HOA Services USA, a company that says they can make you actually love your HOA. To say, I love my HOA. Pretty bold claim, right? I mean, think about it. Endless rules and fees and those neighborly disputes over, well, everything. Or nothing, depending on what it is. This video explores their intriguing promise to transform homeowner associations from rule enforcers into community builders. We've all had that eye-roll moment anytime you mention homeowner associations, but they're saying they found a way to change that. Interesting. So where do they begin? Well, they've got this multi-pronged approach, but it seems like the core of it is technology, really tackling those major HOA pain points head-on. Skepticism is natural, but curiosity drives us to explore. HOA Services USA aims to change perceptions by fostering genuine community connections, and with the introduction of technology, including natural language processing, AI, and more, they are shaking up the HOA industry. Let's dive into their approach and see if they can back up their bold claim. HOA Services USA isn't just software, it's a comprehensive platform for all homeowner association needs. Consider just how many HOAs are out there, it's mind-boggling. There are over 375,000 HOAs in the US, affecting 53% of homeowners. That's a lot of people. It is a huge potential market, and with a mission to really shake up the industry, they aim to shift homeowner associations to something homeowners think of positively for the value they add. HOA Services US. It does have an aggressive growth strategy. It's a big bet on a market that is notoriously resistant to change, but HOA Services USA believes now is the time. Homeowners are ready to love their HOA, and HOA Services USA is going to make that happen. Their platform is designed to act as a centralized hub, connecting homeowners, HOA board members, management companies, self-managed communities, and service professionals in a seamless and efficient manner. By integrating all aspects of HOA management into one user-friendly system, HOA Services USA aims to simplify and streamline operations for everyone involved. This one-stop shop approach eliminates the need for multiple disjointed tools or complicated processes, creating a single platform where users can manage everything related to their association. For homeowners, the platform provides instant access to crucial information and resources. The plan is to implement community connectors to foster better communication and collaboration among neighbors. Additionally, neighborhood event calendars and welcome packages for new residents help build a stronger sense of community, making the homeowner association feel like more than just a governing body enforcing rules. And if your community utilizes the remote management or self-service features of the HOA Services USA management platform, or receives full service management from one of our partner community management companies that are powered by HOA Services USA, then the integration is even greater. The platform also connects service professionals such as plumbers, electricians, and landscapers directly with the HOA community. This connection streamlines the process of finding vetted, qualified vendors who are familiar with the specific rules and requirements of the association. For instance, if a homeowner needs a repair in their unit, they can use the platform to submit a request, and the system will connect them with a pre-vetted vendor who knows how to navigate homeowner association rules and regulations. This reduces delays and ensures that issues are addressed quickly and efficiently. Beyond these individual features, the platform's integrated nature promotes a sense of unity and shared purpose within the community. By bringing together financial transparency, maintenance solutions, and social engagement tools, HOA Services USA transforms the homeowner association from a perceived enforcer of rules into a facilitator of connection and collaboration. The ultimate goal is to shift the dynamic between homeowners and their HOA, creating a space where residents feel empowered, informed, and genuinely connected to their neighbors. HOA Services USA's strategy rests on 3 pillars: clarity, efficiency, and connection. They ensure transparency in rules, streamline processes with technology, and build community ties through innovative tools. Their platform acts as a centralized hub, connecting homeowners, board members, HOA management companies, and vetted service professionals. Think of it as a one-stop shop for managing your homeowners association. Everything from financial reports to neighborhood events, all in one place. These pillars transform HOAs into community creators. I think a good place to start is by looking closer at their central message, the I Love My HOA campaign, and those 3 pillars that they're basing it on. Maybe by understanding what they think will lead to homeowner satisfaction, we can get a better sense of whether they're onto something. So each pillar is supposed to address a specific pain point. The things that people typically hate about homeowner associations. Okay, so let's start with clarity. What does that even mean when we're talking about a HOA? I mean, isn't it all pretty straightforward? You pay your dues, you follow the rules. Try not to get fined for leaving your trash cans out too long. But in reality, it's usually a lot more complicated. Think about those governing documents all associations have. Pages and pages of bylaws and rules. And they're so confusing. And then the rules aren't even enforced consistently. It's all over the place. So HOA Services USA wants to bring transparency to everything. From how the rules are written to how you access financial information. No more trying to decipher legal jargon or hunting down board meeting minutes, just to figure out why you can't plant a certain type of tree. That would definitely reduce some frustration. But wouldn't that require homeowner associations to completely change how they operate? It's a pretty big shift. And that's exactly what HOA Services USA is suggesting. It's not just a quick fix. They're talking about a fundamental change in community organization culture, moving from being secretive to being completely open. I like the sound of that. Imagine being able to see exactly how the HOA is spending money, understanding where your dues are going, and knowing exactly what the rules are and how they're enforced. That would be a game changer. But let's be realistic. Transparency alone isn't going to make people love their HOA. What about those other pillars? Still not feeling like this will make you love your HOA? The second pillar is efficiency, and at the core of it is technology. They are really focused at tackling those major HOA pain points head-on. Like, for example, they've got this AI community concierge named Joy, and another one named Bruno. And their surveys show that 78% of homeowner calls and homeowner requests are resolved without even talking to a human. Are you a little intrigued, or are you thinking about that robotic phone tree that you get when you call the utility company? And how does an AI actually handle homeowner association issues? These are real-world problems, so you may be questioning its ability. So that's where it gets pretty interesting. These AI agents, Joy and Bruno, use something called natural language processing, and wow, do they sound great. It's a type of AI that allows it to understand human language and respond to humans in a very real way. So it's not just pre-programmed answers. It can actually learn from previous interactions and pull relevant information from association documents and community guidelines, and it's super efficient, always available. Like your very own HOA encyclopedia. That could be a game changer. No more waiting on hold forever or leaving a voicemail just to figure out if you can paint your front door a certain color or something simple. And that efficiency frees up the human resources for the more complex issues. And all the data that is collected can be used to figure out what problems keep happening and proactively try to solve them. This little gem is called Predictive Insights, and it's a game changer for efficiency and effective management. We can get into predictive AI abilities in a later video, but let's just say the use of AI in homeowner associations is endless. Pretty impressive, right? Next level, HOA management. Financial transparency is key. HOA Services USA automates payments and budget tracking, making financial management seamless. Their community tools like forums and event planning foster a sense of belonging. HOA Services USA has ambitious growth targets, 5,000 subscribing associations by 2027. Their leadership team, with expertise in tech and real estate, is poised to tackle the complexities of HOA community management. When things run smoothly, when problems are solved quickly and transparently, people start to trust the HOA. Okay, it's not about loving the rules. It's about knowing that the system works. But efficiency and clarity, they still seem pretty, practical, cold even. What about the warm and fuzzy feelings? Where does the love come in? Well, that's where the third pillar comes in. Connection. HOA Services USA says a homeowners association shouldn't just be about rules and regulations. It should be about building a community. It's about helping people feel like they belong, connecting neighbors, encouraging participation. You can't force people to be friends just because they live in the same area. So how do they plan to do that? Well, remember those online forums and event calendars we talked about? Yeah, that's part of it, creating those digital spaces for interaction. Okay, but it's more than that. They want HOAs to use the platform to organize neighborhood events, make it easier for residents to communicate, even create welcome packages for new homeowners. So it's about creating opportunities for people to actually connect. And not just online, but in person. They want to turn those dreaded homeowner association board meetings into social gatherings. Well, that's the idea. See how that could change people's perceptions of community associations? Instead of being the bad guys enforcing all the rules, they become the ones who bring people together. And that shift is really important to HOA Services USA's vision. They're not just trying to make HOAs more efficient. They want to completely reimagine them as something positive in people's lives. It's about moving beyond just the transactions and focusing on the relationships and building the gold standard of community governance. It's a bold vision. But it also makes me wonder, can technology really bridge the gap between people? I mean, we're all so isolated these days, stuck in our own little digital bubbles, scrolling through social media instead of talking to our neighbors. Can HOA Services USA actually reverse that trend? That's the big challenge. Technology can be good or bad. You can connect us or isolate us. It all depends on how we use it. HOA Services USA is betting that if they provide the right tools and the right framework, they can encourage people to interact in more meaningful ways, even if it starts online. So it's like they're building this digital infrastructure for a stronger, more connected community. And ultimately, it still comes down to the people. People have to be willing to participate, to engage with their neighbors, to put in the effort, to step outside their comfort zones. HOA Services USA can provide the platform, but it's up to the residents to make it work. Okay, so it's a collaborative effort, and it requires both the homeowner association, board of directors, and the homeowners to change how they think about things. They both need to embrace this idea of the HOA organization as a community builder, not just a rule enforcer. HOA Services USA is sparking a conversation about the future of community living. By balancing individual freedom with community needs, they encourage participation from homeowner association boards and homeowners. They're not just selling software. They're trying to create this whole ecosystem. An Air Company overview really emphasizes that. They say that the lack of a unified platform is a big problem for HOAs. It makes things so much harder, so they're building HOA Services USA to be like the central hub. The one place to go for everything? Everything HOA all in one place. Okay, let me paint a picture. What does this HOA ecosystem actually look like? So imagine a platform that connects homeowners, board members, management companies, even vetted service professionals all in one place. If I need to find a plumber who knows the rules for my HOA, I can just do that through the app. Or I want to know what's going on in my community. Well, check the forum. The information is right there. If I have a question about my dues, I can easily access all the financial records. Simple and transparent. So it's like a one-stop shop for everything a homeowner association needs. That could really simplify a lot of stuff, like a lot of processes that are really clunky right now. But how do they get everyone on board? Well, that's the challenge. I mean, convincing individual homeowners to use a new app is one thing. Yeah, that's the easy part. Another key to success is getting their partners, the community management companies, to buy in. HOA Services USA is offering them a whole suite of tools so they can streamline their own operations, improve communication with their clients, and ultimately make more money. So it's a win-win. Everyone benefits. The community management company gets better tools, happier clients, homeowners get a more efficient and transparent experience, and HOA Services USA is in the middle. Connecting everybody, that's the idea. It's a pretty clever business model, but it all depends on them actually solving problems before they even happen. How do they plan to do that? Well, it all comes down to data and AI. They're not just waiting for complaints to come in. They're using data to try and predict what problems might happen, and then offering solutions. Setting the gold standard for HOA and community governance. What would it take for you to say, "I love my HOA"? Interesting question. What would make you feel that way? Would it be having all the technology working perfectly? Would it be feeling like you're actually listened to? Or is it about really knowing your neighbors and feeling like you belong to a community? The answer is probably different for everyone. There's no one-size-fits-all solution, and HOA Services USA gets that. They're providing the tools and the ideas and the framework, but it's up to each community to decide what works for them, what love really means in their context. And that's what's so exciting about it. This isn't just about one company. It's about the future of how we live together. It's about rethinking our communities and how we govern ourselves. It's about how we create that sense of belonging in a world that feels more and more divided. Join the movement to redefine community association living. Embrace HOA Services USA's vision and tools to foster connections and transform your HOA experience. Together, we can create communities we truly love.